I don't know about you, but I have a lot of guys that come to me who have no idea when and if a girl is feeling you. Now, while this is probably a pretty difficult concept for you to grasp, especially if you consider yourself someone who's struggling with women, but I'm telling you right now, if you're feeling it, we're feeling it too. And there's actually 5 times in an interaction between the two of us where we women are feeling sexual tension the most. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, former marriage and family therapist and Playboy radio show host turned dating coach for men. And I'm going to tell you about the 5 moments that we women are feeling it the most when it comes to feeling certain things for you. And to find out just how attractive you are to the women you want, take my quiz now, jessicajdating.com/quiz. Okay, so before I get into these, I just want to give a quick caveat as to why all of these are moments of sexual tension for us women. And the reason being is because, like I always say, you're probably sick of me saying it already, it takes a species millions of years to evolve. And in caveman days, connecting and chemistry meant having babies. That's it. Our bodies were like, okay, we're feeling it. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Receive his sperm. And we felt the most sexual tension with men who had viable partnership and parenting potential. So, if our bodies got a feel for you being a top quality guy in that respect, we would feel it really hard with you. Especially if our traits were compatible and therefore more susceptible to creating an embryo and therefore baby more prone to survival. Because if we had complementary genes coupling together in the womb, the baby had a better chance at survival. Anyway, let's get to the 5 fucking things. Jesus Christ. I get sick of myself not getting right to the point. Okay, so moment number 1 is when we laugh together. Okay, why would we feel sexual tension when we laugh together? Well, first and foremost, the same chemicals that are released in the brain when we laugh are the same chemicals that are released in the brain when we come. So when you make me laugh, you're basically making me come. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. That checks. We should have sex. Because here's what happens is when we laugh together, stress drops. We feel good about you. When our stress levels drop, we feel like, oh God, this is the guy who could take care of me. Again, primal brain. We're not as stressed and we're interpreting that as we are safe. And if we are safe, let's procreate, right? Why not? Moment number 2. I love this one. I love it so much. It's the smiley silence. So maybe there's a joke. Neither one of us knows what to say next. So we're like, right? We love that shit. Why do we love that shit though? Because it is the moment where our brains and bodies have now decided that, whew, okay, let's move forward. That's what tension is. That's what sexual tension is our bodies knowing that, okay, let's move it along. Good to go. Let's keep going. What else would we be talking to this dude for and enjoying more of his conversation if we weren't going to copulate later on? Again, primal, primitive brain. What else are we talking to you guys for if not to make babies? Not necessarily to make babies, but the act of making babies, correct? If you don't know what that act is, you shouldn't be on this channel. And in that silence, we're able to feel that moment, right? We're able to finally feel the shit that's going on between us. Because when there's words filling the space, we can't really feel the shit going on between us. But when there's silence, you're forcing us to feel it. And that shit feels, whoo! In fact, this is the moment where you will see a lot of women start to overtalk or women breaking the silence because we also interpret sexual tension as awkward silence and we don't know what to do with it. However, if you come across this moment where she breaks the silence and you know that silence was filled with sexy feelings between us, you can just be like, what do you want to do right now? I got Mario Kart at my house. Let's go. I've basically been telling every client to get Mario Kart and coloring books. This is the shit that will get us girls to your place. We're all just children at heart, let's be honest. Okay, the 3rd one. I think we're on 3. Yes. Number 3 is when you ask us deeper questions. Whew, I felt that. Why did I feel that? Because how many siblings do you have? Nobody gives a fuck, right? But when you ask me, I remember on our 2nd date, my ex said, well, what would you say was the hardest part about growing up with immigrant parents? And I remember being at the bar thinking, oh want your dick down my throat right now. Because again, it's one of those things where if you take the time to say, hey, fuck all this shit that you put on for other people, I want the you that not everybody gets to have, that makes us want to give you all of us. And going back to primitive brain, it shows us that you're not just gonna nail and bail, that you're not just gonna caveman copulate and peace while the T-Rex comes and chops off our heads. No, that is not the type of man that has staying power, primitively speaking. However, if you're asking us deeper questions, we're thinking that you're sticking around a little longer because you care about us at a much deeper level than just the regular tits and ass like every other guy out there. Make sense? Which then brings me to number 4, which is kind of the same thing, but like, it's not. And this is when you validate our emotional experiences. Now, I've seen clients do this so many times, and I love seeing when they do it because I know exactly how the girl's gonna feel when I ask her about it later, is when the client will say something like, oh, how's your day going? And she's like, oh, you know, it's fine, it's fine. And then he might say something like, it doesn't sound fine. What's going on? That's validating our emotional experience, right? You're hearing the words of it's fine, but you're feeling that shit ain't fine. And you're like, hey girl, I see you for who you really are right here, right now. Give me who you really are right here, right now. And we'll be like, yeah, fucking give me. You know what I mean? We women, we're very simple creatures. It's just that y'all are very mental and we're very emotional. So when you say some shit like, I see you laughing. What are you laughing about? We'll be like, oh my God, he sees me. I should show him my pussy now. That's just how we feel, okay? When you see us, we want to show you even more of us. And number 5, for those of you who've been with me long enough, you probably already guessed it. When you say the words we and us. So you've heard me say time and time again, and if you haven't, I always say flirting does not need to be sexual or romantic. It's simply planting that seed of togetherness. So you say something like, I'm having the shittiest day ever, Jessica. How about you? And I'm like, I too am having a shitty day. And you then follow it up with, okay, I think we've got this though. We've got this. I'll be like, oh, this is my man. Because again, we want to know that you're in it together with us. Because when we get a sense that you are here to copulate and cuddle after, instead of again, nailing and bailing, our bodies get very heightened and excited for you. Thus then feeling that sexual tension. So if you want to know just how attractive you are to the women you want, don't forget to take my quiz, jessicajdating.com/quiz, which will assess you on how much you're able to create sexual tension with the women you want based on what I was talking about in regards to we're more emotional in terms of our arousal system, whereas you guys are more mental, right? You see big titties, big ass, you're like, yeah, big boner. But that's not us. We don't just like see you and we're like, wow, wet pussy. That's just not how we work. If there's anything you got from this at this point, it's emotions turn us on. And there's been so many studies about this. So jessicajdating.com/quiz. I don't know if I told you that yet. I know I told you in the beginning, but one more time, jessicajdating.com/quiz. Find out how you rank in regards to sexual attraction with us women, specifically the women you want. But let's do a little recap now. Number 1. Fuck, what was it? Number 1. We're laughing together. Ha ha ha, come in my mouth, okay? Think about that phrase from now on, the next time you make a chick laugh. Number 2, when we just shut the fuck up and look at each other and we're smiling and shit, cause that's us feeling it, okay? Don't ruin it by changing the topic. Let her break that ice first, cause I promise you, if you get her to break that ice, break that silence first, it's basically our way of submitting to you. And if you can get us to submit to you conversationally, emotionally, that's gonna get us even more turned on. Trust me, okay? This is not like a weird, like, anti-feminist thing I'm saying. It's just the truth. Moment number 3, when you ask us deeper questions, which basically translates into go deeper into me, duh. Number 4, when you validate our emotional experience, yes, see me for who I am, then see me naked later. And then number 5, we and us together in bed, being nothing but mammals. Alrighty, so thank you for watching as always, and don't forget to take my quiz, and I will see you next time.